All right, this is Mr. Dubchuk here, and what I'm trying to do now is give you an overview of how to build a website, coding it on your Chromebook. So the first thing you're going to need to do is open up the Google Play Store, or sorry, the web store right here. And on the web store, the app you are looking for is called Caret, which is not spelled the regular way, C-A-R-E-T. And what you're looking for is this first one right here, Caret, offered by thomaswilburn.net. You open that up. Now mine says launch app. Yours is going to say install because you haven't installed it yet. So there's that. Once you install it, so let me close this tab here. All right, once you install it, you will see it. Sorry. You will see it installed in your apps. So go ahead and launch it. All right. Now to do this really well, there's some basic setup things that we need to do. So go to your Google Drive through your Files app. Okay, not the website, but through your Files app right here. When I open up my Files app, if you go to your Google Drive, you need to make a folder for this website. So I'll click on the main menu. I'll choose New Folder. And I'll call it something like My Website, no spaces. Okay, that's going to mess things up later on if you put spaces in file names. What I do instead is I just capitalize each word. That helps me see where the words are. My website. Okay, in my website, go into that folder, make another new folder. I'm going to call this folder Images. Again, no spaces. Okay, now I'll come back into the Caret app and I'll do project, the project menu, add directory, and now we're going to hook this folder that you made up to Caret. And so if I scroll through my folders, you probably don't have as many as I do unless you are as OCD about organizing things as I am. But there we go. I see my website. You just click it and then open. Okay, so now what you should see is my website on top and your images folder in there. So now we need to make an HTML file and a CSS file. So I will go to File and Save File As. And I'm going to put this inside the My Website folder, but not inside the Images folder. And I'm going to name it index.html. Whenever you are building a website, the home page is always called index. Always, always, always. The home page of every website you ever build ever is always index.html. You can have more pages, that's fine, but the home page is always index. Again, I'm going to make a new file, and I'll save this one, save file as. I'm going to save it as style.css, and I'll also put that inside my website folder, style.css. Okay, now if I come back to my project menu, I'm going to refresh directories. Now I see, okay, there's my images, my index, and my style. Awesome. I'm going to put a picture in my images folder. So let me go to somewhere I have some pictures. I'm going to go into my movie making folder, actually, grab some. Let's come to Imagined. I'm going to do promo shots. And, let's see. An image that I really like from here. You can get one from anywhere on your Chromebook. I think one of my favorite images of the whole project is actually this one. So let me choose this one. I'm going to copy it, and I'll find my website folder. My website. And this I'm going to put inside the images folder. So 2-finger click and paste. There we go. Now, keep in mind, you don't want spaces. Spaces are going to mess you up. So I'm going to, well, first of all, with files, notice every file ends with a like 3 or 4 letter extension. This one is .png. Never delete that when you're renaming a file. Okay, so I'm just going to call this Jeremy looks frame, keep the .png. All right, cool. So let's see here. Let's set up a website. Our basic framework looks like this. We start with our doc type. Then we have HTML, and it automatically puts the closing tag in for me, which is nice. Let me enter it down a few lines. The next tag will be my head. And in my head, my first tag will be my title. Whoop, sorry, title. Mr. Dupchuck's website. And then now I need to link it to my CSS. And how I link it is like this. I type in link, type. Hold on, can I zoom into this? Is that possible? Does not look like it's possible, or I would zoom into it to show you. Okay. Sorry about that. I was looking to see if I could zoom into it, make it easier for you to see. Anyway, all right, so I need link, type equals, quotation mark, text / CSS, rel equals style sheet, href equals style.css, and then close it with an angle bracket. Here's what's important. This right here, href equals style.css, needs to be the same as what I named the style sheet, style.css. Okay, then I can close the head. Let's make the body. I'll put in an H1. I'm going to call this Mr. Dupchuck's website. I'm going to put in a paragraph. Let's do this. And then let me link to my picture. So I'll do image source equals. Now here's what's cool. All right, quotation marks. If I type in ./images, this ./images points to this images folder where I have the picture of Jeremy. If I refresh the directory, okay, where I have the picture of Jeremy. So what I can do is ./images, that means go into this folder, / Jeremy looks frame.png. And this is a self-closing folder. All right, cool. And then, guess what? I never put in body tags, so let's put in body. 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 Close my body. And there we are. Did you see how this was cool? Well, let's see. As I'm typing, it gives me an error, right? So those errors are sometimes helpful if things aren't working the way you want them to be. Okay. Okie dokie. So now, if I save this, let's go see what it looks like. I'm just going to save the file. And then if I open it up from my Google Drive, you'll see I have index.html. If I double click on that, hey, it loads in my browser. There's my website. All right, let's do a little bit more work on this. Let's check my CSS out. By the way, if you make any changes, you need to save your changes and then refresh your website. So it looks something like this. If I want another, let's say I want an H2. So let me do, actually I'll do an H3. Look at this picture. I save it, and I just did Control S on my keyboard to save. And then when I come to my website and refresh, there's my look at this picture. So let's put some style with it. I'll come to my style sheet, and on my style sheet, I will do, let's do H1, and I'm going to do, let's see. Font family Arial, color blue. So I'm going to do body, background, color yellow. This is going to look super ugly, but anyway. And I'll also do image. I'm going to do width. I'm going to do 50% so that it's at max 50% of my page. Okay, so I do that code. I refresh. I should get super ugly, but it works. So from there, you can do anything you want to go ahead and make your website. Just make sure the biggest thing is don't put spaces in your file names. That's the first thing that'll mess you up easily. Now, the last thing, let's say you like this file and you want to try something, but you're afraid of messing it up. So here's what I do. I'm going to make a copy of this file, and I'll paste it. Okay, it's index1.html. Now I have a backup, right? And if I totally mess up index.html, I'll delete it. I'll rename that one index.html, and then we're good to go from there. So that, my friends, is how you do a website.